Hi everyone, this is Julianne Victoria of Through the Peacock's Eyes. Welcome to my channel. This is our Vedic astrology or sidereal zodiac perspective on the new moon that occurs on February 11th, 2021 at 11 o'clock in the morning here on the west coast of the United States, so Pacific time zone. So you can adjust for your time zone. Most people will be on the 11th. So very interesting chart. As you can see here, we've got this giant cluster or stellium here in the sign of Capricorn. For those who are new to Vedic and sidereal, the house numbers are here on the perimeter. So first house is this diamond, second, third, and counterclockwise around the chart. Signs, planets, of course. Here we have the ninth house, Capricorn, with this stellium of 6 planets all together in very slow, earthy, restrictive, structured, hardworking Capricorn energy. And of course, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn or Shani in Vedic astrology. And we have Saturn here. There is a strong element with this new moon. So new moons bring new energy, new beginning. For some, it can be a clearing out of old energy that allows in the new. And because of this strong Capricorn energy with its ruler Saturn here, there is a need to accept, take on, and embrace responsibilities, hard work, or for some, having to wait and be patient. It depends on, of course, how this lays on your natal chart, what house Capricorn is in your chart, and how this might be affecting you. But to do that, to embrace our responsibilities, to find that flow, we need to do some inner work to find an inner rhythm. So there's an element here of working on ourselves, doing some inner work, some deep spiritual work to find that rhythm, that flow, so that we can embrace our responsibilities more easily. And I want to say with more excitement as well. So why am I saying all that? So here we have our moon conjoined the sun. New moons are always conjoined the sun, which I'm sure you know, in the nakshatra of Dhanishta. And Dhanishta is the drum or the flute. It's the rhythm, finding that rhythm. Now, Dhanishta is ruled by Mars, and we have Mars up here in his own sign of Aries in 12th house energy in this chart. So the 12th house energy is that inner work, that spiritual sinking, the understanding our deeper emotional, psychological, attitude, sides, issues concerning heavy burdens, responsibilities, hard work, self-discipline even, and being patient, right? All that Saturn and Capricorn energy. Now, of course, all this lays in the 9th house here, which is also a house of spirituality. So there's this double element with Mars ruling Dhanishta in the 12th house in his own sign of Aries, so he's strong. And this 9th house energy of turning to our spiritual practices, 9th house energy, our religious practices, if you're religious, our philosophies on life. It is also a house of politics, so some people might need to address their personal politics. Whether that's about government politics or other types of politics. It's also a house of higher education, so this may play out in learning something, whether you're learning it yourself or you're in school. But we need to find our inner rhythm through spiritual, religious practices, rituals, however it plays out for you, to bring in this energy, Mars and Aries, very fired up and vibrant and wanting to do this. So some may already be in this process as we approach this new moon and beyond. With that energy, that motivation, that drive of Mars in, again, that first house, that first sign of Aries, of taking action. It's initiatory. It wants to do really well. So that some of us may be feeling this already within and really excited to do this inner work, to be in our spiritual practice groove, you could say, finding that rhythm of regular daily practice, daily prayers, going to church or temple, whatever it is for you. That's going to be an integral part to finding our inner rhythm that is then going to play out in whatever area of life or our lives overall that we need to be more patient with, that we need to accept our responsibilities with, that we need to work hard with, or want to. Like, there's a want energy here. It's not only like responsibilities imposed upon us, but there's this energy building as we build this inner rhythm through our spiritual practices that then makes us more productive, and wanting to be productive and wanting to take on our responsibilities, and maybe more. And it could be more with this stellium here. So let's just look at the stellium. Sun and moon, Mercury, he is retrograde, I believe for another week and a half. I forgot to check the date. But that deepens, internalizes the mercurial intellectual energy, which can be enhanced by finding this inner rhythm. We have Venus here, creativity, beauty, yes, love as well, and it is the week of Valentine's, but it's really her creative element here being harnessed and embraced as we find that rhythm. Jupiter, growth and expansion. Yes, he's debilitated in Capricorn, and if you haven't seen my Jupiter and Saturn videos, I'll post one of them on screen here towards the end. And then, of course, Saturn, who is the strongest element here. Technically, you could say that these planets in between are pinched. So if you ignore a spiritual practice, if you ignore this inner urging, which this Mars and Aries in the 12th house energy can be, to find your rhythm. This could be have a daily meditation practice, a daily yoga practice, or every other day, whatever works for you. And you resist finding any sort of rhythm that helps you find more peace, but also motivation and drive and excitement to do things, to take action on your responsibilities, even if Jupiter's energy is freer for you to expand upon your responsibilities. That's where a wanting of it comes in. Then these energies are freer to work with. So again, if you resist this, if you say, no, screw this, basically, I'm just going to watch TV, I'm going to shirk my responsibilities, the pinching here, you'll feel it. Like your mind, you'll get forgetful, you won't be able to think straight, your creativity seems to like be non-existent, expansion doesn't happen. So the key is working with the Dhanishta energy of this new moon. What do you want to bring in? What do you want to begin anew, even possibly with the Mercury retrograde? What work do you want to take on? Find that rhythm. Find that rhythm in your spiritual practice, your religious practice. If you're not spiritual or religious, find that rhythm of a daily practice, daily routine, you can even say. And that helps you to access these energies that would otherwise be pinched. And when something's pinched in astrology, it's weakened. Like it's like they're stuck, like they're pinned in. But they don't have to be. That comes with working with the energies at play. And you could say that's expressing your free will. It may not be super easy. I mean, it is Saturn energy, and so we still have to work with patience. We may experience greater responsibilities coming in, especially with all these planets here with this new moon. But again, it's finding that rhythm within ourselves that helps us to work with any anxiety that might come up, any procrastination energy that might come up, any dread that might come up, or just feeling overburdened. And that rhythm will help us to flow with it all, through it all, and hopefully to be highly productive with it all. Okay. Drishti wise, Rahu here, for those coming from Western, that's the North Node. Rahu has his 9th house Drishti here on all of this, and Rahu adds in more motivation and drive and ambitious energy. So between Rahu's Drishti here, Mars ruling Dhanishta, we work with that rhythm and we will flow. It will go, and that motivation will just build and build and build. We ignore it. We choose laziness instead, you could say. We'll feel stuck. We'll feel unproductive. We'll feel trapped. We'll feel overburdened. So work with the energy. Find a rhythm in however this resonates for you. and this challenging energy will feel easier. I also want to point out that Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn are all in Shravana Nakshatra, which is ruled by the moon. So trust your feelings, not the feelings that come from the mind, not the anxiety, not the talking yourself out of doing things and doing that daily meditation or whatever it is, but the ones that come from the heart. Trust your intuition to guide you through this and what to do and what rhythm and patterns to develop in your life at this time, or to further develop if you already are doing this, to be in that rhythmic flow so that this motivation, ambitious drive, energy can flow through you, and again, bring in greater productivity. Okay, so let's look at Dhanishta in my book, Shedding Light on Jyotisha, Vedic Astrology for Beginners. Oh, and also I am soon, finally, well, I'm finally able to work on my Nakshatra course again, and hopefully very soon, my kitty is making a presence, I will have that available. So let's look at Dhanishta. Dhanishta is the 23rd of the 27 nakshatras. It means drum or bamboo flute, as in Shiva's drum or Krishna's flute. In Sanskrit, when I looked it up in the Sanskrit dictionary, it means very rich, very famous, and very swift. So again, working with this rhythm can bring in, not only productivity, but possibly prosperity. Okay, so these are hollow instruments, the drum and the flute, that beat and resound according to the musician's skill, right? So I want to point out here with Venus and Mercury here, if you're trying to develop a skill, this can be a very developmental phase right now, especially working with Saturn's discipline there. Okay. Lying both in Capricorn and Aquarius, Dhanishta is strongly under the influence of the strict disciplinarian Saturn, who rules both signs. Saturn restricts material expansion to bring about lessons we need to learn in order to clear out karma so that we can expand towards spiritual realization. Dhanishta is ruled by Mars. Mars likes action and energy, and he is in conflict with the Saturn influence. If these opposing energies can be reconciled and harmonized, they can lead one to dance the dance of the universe. So yeah, find your rhythm, work with the rhythm, let the drive and motivation that comes from Mars, the energy, be channeled into your responsibilities, your discipline, your hard work, however that's playing out for you. I won't read all of it because it takes too long. The guna quality of Dhanishta is tamas, and that's where procrastination can come in, with a secondary influence of sattva. So that's bringing in, the spiritual practice, the religious practice, the philosophical element to this. Its motivation is towards dharma, so that as well. Okay, I'll leave that there because I know people sort of wander off when I'm reading too long. So those are the energies of this new moon in Capricorn and Dhanishta in Vedic astrology. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, share this with someone whom you think it might help, and I'll see you back here soon.